Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. My name is Layla, I'm a 3D character artist working in the animation industry. Yeah. Today we'll be continuing working on the vampire character we started last time. The concept artist is linked down below. And yeah, let's get into it. And right off the bat, I haven't touched this in over a week now. I think for 2 weeks since I last saw you guys. So I can see lots of mistakes, which is great. It's a good thing. Well, let me load. Did I not save the spotlight? Well, that's not nice. Oh well. We'll just do it again. ZBrush is frozen for some reason. That happens. Let me quickly check my life and everything's okay. Yes. Awesome. Second. Just gonna quickly send everyone a link. Always forget to do that. And then people complain. Okie dokie. Hey, hello Frankie, hello 3D Manic, welcome. Because I didn't save the spotlight last time, I'm just gonna do it again. I like to set my focal length to something like 60. Let's try and line up. Got it pretty close last time. Okay, let's call it that. Cool. So today, obviously, I'd like to progress on the character and add in more of the elements that we're missing. Currently, there are a lot of them. The bats, his crown thingy, mask on the face, all the accessories in his hair that are really cute, kind of look like little, I don't know, hair buns, ponytails, and then obviously his clothing as well. So less talking, more working, I reckon. I'm gonna quickly move my wheel where I can access it. And yeah, get into it. First of all, I'd like to make his head less wide. Can't explain it, it's just, it feels off to me right now. By the way, how can you hear me well? Against the music? I haven't changed any of the settings since last time, and last time it was great, so it's just better safe than sorry. Hey Layla, watch you well at the gym while looking awesome. Man, I should be at the gym. I watch your stories on Instagram and I'm like, man is killing it, you know? I should be at the gym right now as well. I've been skipping it for a while now. So yeah. Thank you for stopping by though. What are you training today? Also chat, welcome Ian. He doesn't need any introduction. Everybody should know who Ian is. And if you don't, shame on you. Well, just kidding. He's just a really cool guy and a Maxon trainer here on the channel. Yo, Ian's here too. There you go. Chat knows. I don't hear music, but you sound great. It shows on my OBS that the music is there. I do keep it pretty low, so maybe if you put on the headphones, you'll be able to hear it. If you guys want, I can slightly increase it. Hi all, hi Kelvin. Hi, you're doing just fine, Layla. Arms. Good. I mean, we're not sculpting any arms today because I'm not doing more than I need to with the sculpt. We already have our work cut out for us. But yeah, good on you. I'm going for like semi-stylized look here, which is a style I've been leaning towards the past year or so. Going slightly away from my like very stylized approach. It is really hard to, switch though. Have any of you guys like watched SpongeBob ever? Probably yes. So there's this episode where SpongeBob, I don't remember the whole story, but basically he needs to make something other than Krabby Patty or like the burger from the show. And he's like this very talented, cook who only does one thing, like a one-trick pony. So he gets hired by another restaurant, I think, and they make him make like Italian food or something else. And no matter what he does, he like starts out with pasta or dough or like meat, veggies, any other like rice ingredients. He still ends up with the same product, the same Krabby Patty. And it's me with stylization and realism. No matter what I try, I end up making everything look stylized. So I have to like make an effort not to make something look stylized. Love SpongeBob. There you go. Oh, I remember that episode. Yeah, somehow I remember that too. And I was thinking about it the other day that it's just like my life with 3D. There's like a whole time lapse in the episode where he just keeps on trying and keeps on making stuff, and it always turned out the same. That's me right now, trying to break the cycle of stylization. Got a very interestingly shaped nose. I like it. Okay. Enough getting distracted. Let's start making his crown. Another thing. Let's roughly just paint on the mask. Am I projecting stuff? No. Huh. It might be a bit hard for you to see, but I'm basically masking out stuff on his face through the texture that I overlaid on top to match the 2D drawing as close as possible. Nope. Okay. Small like it. And then we'll just wing it from here. Kinda goes there. And then I have no idea what it looks like from the back. Concept is up here for you guys to see, but also I'll bring it up every now and again in a bigger scale. So this part, no idea what it was supposed to look like, so let's just create some sort of fun shape. Maybe it doesn't cover the entirety of his the back of his head, so maybe it's something like that. We can always change it later. And now time for my favorite feature in ZBrush nowadays. Let me just quickly fill out the whole thing. There you go. Go to mask. I should really put it on my custom menu so I can access it faster. Mask region, analyze region, draw a line, and fill region. And it didn't work. Probably because, just like in Photoshop, yeah, there was a gap left somewhere. Analyze region, fill region. Yay. There was a gap. Oh, thanks, Ian. We have Sponge D Bob in the chat. Welcome. Had no idea we would be graced with the presence of SpongeBob himself. What an honor. This song, I'm not gonna sing it because otherwise it'll get stuck in my head. I think it comes down lower, all the way to the nose bridge. And a bit lower even. Okay. The rest of it I like. Maybe not these dotty bits, but I don't think they'll be much of a problem. So from now, there are two ways to extract it. I like both, I use both. One of them is literally called extract and can be found here, subtool, extract. That's probably what we will do. Another option would be to Ctrl-Shift-D on your keyboard. That will create a copy. Ctrl-W to make a polygroup. Delete lower, isolate, and delete hidden. It's extra steps, but it keeps the same topology as you had, and it doesn't create thickness. So it creates like a shell, which could be useful. I'm just thinking if that's what I want. I have a feeling that I actually want the extract option more. Subtool, extract. That's a bit thick. Yeah, that's good. Accept. We can delete that duplicate because we don't need it. We're gonna use the first option. Now let's just grab a move brush. And if you hold down Alt and click, it will actually push like against the normal of the surface, and it will bring out all of that sunken in geometry. And that's what we need. Got big forehead now. That's not what we need, but we can fix it. So let's push his hair down a tad. I accidentally made his forehead too big. Is this the new schedule for your streams? For mine, for now it is. There might be some changes in the near future. For now it is. We've had new artists or returning artists come in, so sometime well, some days were taken by the other people, so right now my schedule is not consistent, but it should become more consistent in the coming months. Okay, just moving those spiky bits down. I think I overdid it with them in terms of masking. They're too long now. The end kind of like here. Okay. Hey Layla. Hi Leonard. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Now let's take our mech brush, mech cut brush, and let's start defining some of those lane changes. I really like the design of this mask, so I'll spend a good chunk of time on it. That's the plan anyway. And again, the amazing concept artist is linked down below. So there are my links, and there's the second link is to the concept artist, their ArtStation profile. Can you guys hear the music now? I know it's quiet, but when I don't talk, can you hear it? Okay, you guys are quiet. Huh. Still feel like his chin could be lower. So let's do that. So yeah, most of my organic hard surface, I know, weird combination, but bits that, like these that flow with the surface of the skin. Most of them I start out with just masking and then extracting, and then just polishing the hell out of it until it looks like hard surface. And I proudly always declare on my streams that all of my hard surface in the past 2 years has been done out of ZBrush. Yay! Because I find the Z modeler to be very intuitive and fast when you get used to it. And we've recently had some great updates to it. Like the snapping feature. It's great. Maybe I'll show it later. I'm not a character artist by any means, but with the ZBrush for iPad being so comfy, I kinda wanna try to sculpt something. You should, man. You should try it. I actually started this guy in my bed on the iPad. I have time-lapse somewhere recorded from my iPad as well. Oh no, don't do this. Come on. There you go. Oh yeah, snapping in ZModeler is awesome. Best place to sculpt for me is in bed now. Yeah, I love it in terms of how comfortable I feel, like mentally, but physically, I think it's like the worst position I can find myself in during the day. We joked about it with Ashley on her stream that you assume the position of a shrimp when you are on iPad. So you really need to be like sitting down properly, maybe like in front of, I don't know, maybe on the couch with a side table or something, to still keep it cozy. But yeah, otherwise you're shrimping. Yeah, that's the time lapse from iPad, and then I just brought my iPad close to my computer connected both of them to the same network, and magic happened. Magic by the name of Gozy. You can just basically Gozy to iPad, and it sends the files there, and that's what I'll probably do after the stream. I'm done, I'm just gonna send it to my iPad and go on the couch and sculpt some more. Which, even like a year and a half ago, if somebody told me that I could do that, I'd be like, what are you on about? Maybe like 2 years ago. Fair low, yeah. Ash just needs Monty to be in her lap to like counterbalance the shrimp posture. Maybe. Maybe you do need a very chunky corgi to keep your posture straight. Maybe that's what I'm missing, you know? I have friends who have corgi, so I'm gonna test it and report back to you guys. Imagine just like, I haven't seen them in like months now. Imagine just pulling up to their house like, oh, hi, yes. I'm just here to test my theory. Give me your dog.
I miss you guys.
Now we can create anywhere like 2D artists can. Yes, indeed. We have this weapon now too. Oh, I don't want to call it ZBrush, ZBrush a weapon. I have this amazing tool now. Hello. It's 1 AM EST right now. Who is still up? It's 6 PM on Friday for me, so I'm up. Hello, is this a custom brush you're now using? So, Polymech Cut, yes, it's by Polygon, but you can get a free version of it, I'm pretty sure, if you just type in Mech Cut or Mach Cut. Any variation of this, I'm pretty sure it's free. Layla is a time traveler, lol. Didn't I tell you that? But we were like on the same page. My hobby. Pay me no mind. Okay. Welcome to the stream. I'm sleep typing. I see. Well, thank you for being here at like 1 AM. Trying to get a nice shape in here. So still like thinking about the flow and the kind of design I want to create. Obviously there's some design in the concept art already, but areas like these that aren't, well, this one is seen in the concept art, but what I'm trying to do is keep it looking great from all the angles. So had there been any wobble in here, I would try to smooth it out and get this nice squiggly shape in here. Oh, I know that you know that I know that you're a time traveler. Okay, well, just double checking, you know? My friends gotta know that I'm a time traveler, otherwise. Can I even call you a friend? Ian, I just realized I'm using the Stylus League account. It's me, Bradley. Ah. That's easier because I didn't know who from the Stylus League. So, welcome to the stream, Bradley. Let me confess that right now I'm trying to get good at ZBrush because I'm in a project with some big dudes and I don't know a shit about sculpting. Haha, I'm intimidated. That's fine. Fake it till you make it, right? I've always done that. To be honest, I've more often than not found myself in situations where I was either underqualified or barely qualified to be where I was, you know, invited to, or where I was part of something bigger than I thought I should be. But still, fake it till you make it. It's a really good thing for you to get out of your comfort zone every now and again. That's how you grow. I've recently decided to improve my 2D skills in terms of character design. So I might be taking on a course of character design. So I can design my characters and then sculpt them. I think that's cool. Cool skill to have. This is why I need to sleep. Fair enough. What I was wondering is that Mike or Bradley on the SL account. Yeah. Nice to meet you and see your work, Layla. Likewise. It's 10 AM here. I'm having breakfast. Wow. It's amazing to just connect with everyone all over the world. I love internet for that. No, do you know that you're sculpting my portrait, Layla? What? You're a vampire now? No way. I know you're like into Nosferatu and stuff, but do you actually identify yourself as a vampire? But I can see the resemblance, which is concerning. Now, okay, you can't type. You can't type and train your arms, man. You gotta pick one. But I applaud the multitasking effort. IR sculpts, if she is making you, it's an upgrade. Whoa. Someone's getting roasted. Yep, this job makes me go out of my comfort skills very often, and I'm a material artist doing everything except materials, haha. Well, hey. Why not? You know, at some point you might get bored of your position and you want to explore other areas, right? There it is. For a second I forgot where Sculptures Pro was. And that's fine. I started out as an effects artist, actually. Like Houdini simulations and stuff. That's how I got my first serious job as a Houdini artist. And then some time passed and I was like, you know, I just discovered this really cool thing called ZBrush. Yeah, I want to do that. And then I requalified at my work and started modeling more, and then gradually became a character artist. Need to move this one closer. Oh, thanks, man. I can some work done recently. Glad you noticed, lol. Layla, come on. All my friends know that I'm a vampire. Damn. Is it just me being a bad friend? Apologies. Do you have a title? Or is it just Ian the Vampire? Or Count Ian? Anything like that I should know about? I saw the new haircut, looks good on you, man. I haven't seen that. Arms are done, it's time. Nice, it's the best time after the workout. I think we're very privileged people. Our hobby is our day job, don't you think? I don't think I'm privileged, because at some point a job just becomes a job. There are some cool projects, and then there are some that just pay the bills. And you're not always excited, and it's fine. So, even though I'm grateful for the job that I have, I don't glorify it as much, if you know what I mean. Let's try... Oof. Trying to extract these horns from here. It might be a bad idea. I might just need to add them as a separate geometry. So let's do extract on top of the extract. It's like Inception, but with extract, so it's extraction, you know? I know, I'm funny like that. Masking, analyze region, same trick. I love it every time. I get this dopamine kick every time I mask the region. Step tool, extract. Might need something thicker. That'll work. Don't mind this mess. We'll make it work. I just smooth it a little bit. Ooh. Without the Sculptures Pro, maybe? Anyway. Houdini scares me. Yes. I totally understand why. How long has it been since you were a Houdini artist? Oh, like 6 years now? I haven't been doing any... Maybe 5 years. I haven't been doing any effects. Yeah. I still use it from time to time at work when I need to procedurally model something and I don't want to model it by hand. I can just create a procedural generator that will spit out a bunch of variations of a thing that we need modeled. Houdini is really powerful at that. It's so fascinating where people start in the industry and where they actually like to be. I'm currently a vegetation artist and learning to become a creature artist as well. Well, that's a jump. Awesome. Do you still enjoy vegetation, or are you just kind of like done with it and you want to do something else? I would imagine vegetation gets pretty repetitive. Fast, you know? Maybe I'm wrong. And yes, I'm aware these horns look nothing like what they're supposed to. Oh, there you go. Perfect opportunity to show how I would fix this kind of geo. So, lots of holes. Not really good for zero measure. This happens. The way I like to mend it is... Ooh, take your inflate brush, inflate that area, and let's inflate other areas too. And do Dynamesh again. And you might need to do it a couple of times, but after 2 or 3 times, you should no longer have any issues. There you go. Nah, you're awesome, friend Layla. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Houdini is definitely scary, brother, and I've been using it for work for 5 years already. That's good. I'm happy to see more people using it now. Good morning and night, everyone. I will catch up on the rest of the stream when I wake up to see how it came out, Layla. Cool character. Thank you. I don't think I'll be done with it by the time you wake up, but there'll be some progress, for sure. And I'll probably sculpt some more in bed and I'll post the result in my stories. So if you want, you can check it out there. Yeah, later, Bradley. Hello, have you tried animation at some point? A little bit. I wouldn't say I like actively studied animation. I studied everything leading up to animation, so the topology, the proper flows, basically to make the animators and riggers' life easier. That I know. But animation itself, not so much. I was never really interested. This shape is really interesting, though. How does it flow? That's what I love about translating 2D art to 3D the most. Is like just looking at some shapes on the concept art and trying to make sense of them in 3D space. Some of them never do, and you have to just like come up with something on your own. Oh, I definitely enjoy vegetation, and on the contrary, actually, every plant or tree is so different from the other, it never gets old for me, so many details that are in there. That's cool. Yeah, I guess. Have you made any of like New Zealand trees? We're somewhat famous for our own like native flora that can't be found anywhere else. It's weird. We have so many ferns here. Whenever you go on a bushwalk or like, you know, on a hike, everything you see around you is some sort of variation of a fern. We literally have palm trees that instead of having normal palm tree leaves, they have ferns growing from there. which feels trippy, and I'll make another reference for anyone who's ever seen or watched Rick and Morty. There's this episode where they can't return back to Earth and they have to find a new habitable planet for the family, Rick and Morty family. And on one of the planets, they land and they're like, oh, that looks pretty good. And then Rick analyzes one of the plants, which I think is corn. And then they realize that every single molecule, every single like living being on this planet, its DNA is somehow like influenced by corn. I don't know how to explain it properly. It's ridiculous. Basically, there's corn DNA in everything, and that's how I feel about New Zealand and ferns. There's a fern DNA in absolutely everything in terms of like plants. And I'm not exaggerating by much. Okay. Well, I need to head out. Have a great stream, Layla. Can't wait to see how it turns out. See you, Ian. Bye. Yep. Have a great evening and have yummy food. Yes, stream time is perfect for us down under. Awesome. I agree, it's quite interesting when a 2D turns into 3D. I did a samurai lady from 2D, so much fun. There you go. Did you find it also challenging to translate some of the shapes or like fake 2D perspectives to 3D? Don't have that. Thank you, Layla. I appreciate you sharing your time. See everyone later. See you, Leonard. There's a course about how to draw trees on Schoolism that is kind of gets you interested in every tree that it has. Can't speak today. Tree has its own story, and the way it's formed tells you a lot about the zone where it grew. And also is so zen. I love it, and I've been interested in vegetation because of this course. That's awesome. I've never paid much attention to vegetation, but whenever I get an art book from one of my favorite games, I do spend a lot of time studying like all the props, all the fauna, flora that you can find in the game. And I just enjoy the attention to detail of like concept artists or 3D artists, just designers that come up with those plants and animals and everything in between. Oh, that is interesting. I would love to make those. I'll have to research that a bit. I've made many Nordic plants from the Swedish tundra. Cool. Yes, filling the gaps for sure. Oh yeah. You have to. Like you only, well, if you're working for a studio and there's like a dedicated 2D concept artist, they'll draw the front and the back, sometimes 3/4, maybe even side view. But oftentimes than not, you only get one view, especially on like personal projects like these. So it's really up to you to figure out the rest. Okay, let's say they look alright. Important thing to do, always, is to check the model from every angle. Even if you're not gonna render it from there, it doesn't matter. A good design, a good 3D design, is inspected from all the angles. And that's where I believe my strength comes from. no matter the style I'm working in. It's because I've studied so much stylization, and stylization is all about this like intention of shapes. So in stylization, you really need to pay attention to all the flows, all the plane changes, and I believe it applies to realism as well, to anything really. I believe that to be my strength in 3D for sure. Doing some pinch brush action. How about we save? I haven't saved in a while. I'm gonna save it as a project for now because I want to do cool time lapse once I'm done with it. And I hope it works. Hi Layla, it's been a long time. Are you good? Hi Tatoon, welcome. Yeah, I'm good. There've just been some changes in terms of schedule. And this time is not final either. Like this time frame, these like 2.5 hours are not set in stone yet. Again, as I mentioned, we have new people or returning people on the channel who also would like to stream for you guys. So we had to make space. But I always make sure to update you guys on my Instagram stories. I always post before, like at least 10 hours before I stream. I post there. I have to go to sleep, but I love your wavy hair. Thank you, Christian. That's really nice. Layla is pretty as always. Oh, thank you guys. It's really nice to hear. My hair is super fluffy today because we have somewhat of like a cyclone going on today. Like a mild cyclone. Which is a very common occurrence in New Zealand. So, if you know anything about curly-haired people, it's that when it's wet outside, our hair gets very fluffy. And I mean very. Like cotton candy level of fluffy. Where are you now? I live in New Zealand. Very, very far away from most of places, except for Australia. Yeah, it's a very remote. So chances are I have a very big time difference with most of you guys. Where is everyone from? If you guys feel comfortable sharing, I always wonder. Edge flow on the model looking immaculate. Good vibes. Thank you, Liven. I'm trying to keep it clean. but it's also my curse of stylization is showing through. How everything is like flowy and intentional. Which doesn't sound like a bad thing, but in realism, sometimes things aren't perfect. And that's what I struggle with the most when I do realism. No worries, I have the same. You mean the hair? Have to go and run some errands, but it was a nice stream, thanks. Thank you, Vakaloka, for stepping by. How do you suggest to work on human leg wrinkles? That's a question and a half. How do I suggest? Look for references first, then maybe find some fortunate, unfortunate models in real life. Your partner, yourself, your grandma, I don't know. It depends on what kind of wrinkles you're looking for. But I do have some good references for specifically that. Don't ask me why. Just don't ask. Well, these are feet, not legs, but you can start here. I think I'm allowed to show this kind of content on YouTube. Otherwise, yeah, Sheriff Devu, I don't know how to pronounce their last name, but they have amazing resources on ArtStation. Very realistic sculpts, and oftentimes he does blend shapes in ZBrush as well. So all of this, I know these are feet, not legs, but let's characters and anatomy. Oh, I probably shouldn't be showing much more of that, but basically that guy has lots of body parts broken down into like, well, I guess like shapes and transitions. So I recommend checking him out. His works out. You might find something that you need there. Okay. Custom or alpha? Any? Damn standard? This is what I use most of the time. Damn standard and clay build-up would be the only way I would go about it. You know? Just, I know that's not a foot or a leg, but damn standard. Oop. And then clay buildup. That's how I would do it. Obviously, it's not supposed to be here, nor is it very realistic, but I rarely download custom brushes unless it's for hair or some sort of like belts, you know? Or if I need something specific, I'll make my own brush, you know, maybe like a dragon scale. So really, the world is your oyster. There are so many ways to do it. Just the key is finding really good reference and very like high resolution, okay? The more resolution of an image you can find, the better. Because you won't be guessing what you're trying to sculpt. You'll see it. And try to get it from different angles as well. India, cool. I'm from Pakistan, awesome. Hey Layla, do you prefer to have only one personal project active at a time or multiple? I don't think it's a preference kind of thing. It's more my chaotic brain kind of thing. that I like to have like 3 unfinished projects at the same time and work on one. That's what I currently have. To have this vampire guy, I have Jinx Bundle, which is finished, but I'm still working on, I know, on the 3D printed version. Life has gotten in the way recently, so I wasn't able to finish it. And then I still have Zelda that I haven't finished from last year. Yeah, the Fawn Girl, the one that I did before the vampire. She's still patiently waiting for me to finish her. So that's definitely not my strong side. I just don't have self-control. I see a shiny new concept, I gotta have it. Literally, guys, I went on ArtStation on the day that this artwork was posted, as I do every day. I check ArtStation every day for new concepts and anatomy studies and whatnot. I saw it. It was posted like 10 minutes ago from when I saw it. I liked it, saved it, stalked this person. I found them on Instagram, should send them a DM. I was like, can I use this? And they're like, yeah, it's fine. So here we are. Might have a problem. Tampa Bay here, too much trouble to ask to see the wireframe real quick, the polygroup color wireframe thing. Yeah, I mean, it's all very messy. These are the polygroups. This is all Dynamesh right now. This is what we did last stream. It's not perfect, and the topology is very bad for animation. However, it's good enough for sculpting for now, until it's not. That's a whole other story. So yeah, most of it is Dynameshed except for the body. You know what? These bits, instead of us manually sculpting it, how about we try and do it with the Curve IMM brush? What do you guys think? Which one should I use? Use like the basic one, really. So let's take a diamond shape cross section. I think that's the word. And then yeah, we'll do it on one side first, and then the other. Ooh, a bit too big. And now let's go to stroke, curve modifiers, size, and we'll bring this one down and this one up. It'll give us this result, which is, you know, close enough to what we need. Mayhaps this should be lower. Yeah. Now we can go to stroke, curve, and then elastic. And what we'll do, we'll kind of try to maintain what we have already done the same, but it will keep on magically like adding more geometry. And you know, that's close enough. I'm happy with this. Let's push it like this and mirror and welt. Maybe mirror and mirror and welt. And And then I'll put hidden. Turn on the symmetry again. And yeah, we have these bits, which we can now shape into whatever we want them to be. Maybe we need to move them down slightly. Are you using Shane Olsen brushes? Yes, I believe I am. Some. Cloth is the one I used a lot from Shane's arsenal. And then there's something else I used from Shane. I think this is from Shane. So I don't use all of them. I just left the ones that I found very useful for myself, because I didn't want to have duplicates of what I already had. I think this IMM is also from Shane. Maybe. Maybe not. Don't quote me on that. It's been a while. I got them like 3 years ago. Awesome brushes. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Same with polygon brushes. I use them a lot as well. I am back. Welcome back. Oh, Sheriff is absolute beast at anatomy. So good. I know, right? Dude is a machine. Okay, I'm not gonna show it again because, you know, YouTube might not be happy. Chloe is also streaming. Oh, that's awesome. Well, all the best to her on her sculpting adventures. But we gotta go on. Deepfix Quentin Tarantino has entered the chat. No, those are just 3D sculpts of the fake. Why is Quentin Tarantino like secretly a creep? I'm really not like really out of the whole internet thing with memes and news. I'm a grandma in that sense. Subdivide it. Before we do that, let's add a couple more subdivisions. Oh, like support loops, should I say? And it's a perfect time to show this new thing. Now, when you have insert, you can, well, before there wasn't this menu, there was just this menu. And now you can turn the snapping option on. You can snap to the half. You see? So I'm like dragging, and it's like whoop. Whoop. So that's cool. Very like precise. And there's quarter. So it will snap to the quarters. And then there's a custom. So let's say split it into like 8 parts. So it will be like boop 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 boop. Do you enjoy my sound effects? It's all for you guys. For now I don't need it, so I'll turn the snapping off. I don't need it to be precise, but oftentimes when I do hard surface, I would very much like for it to be precise. So that's a cool feature. Yeah, just making that angle sharp like it is on the concept art. You can't see it because I turn it on and off so often. Basically it's there. See the sharp angle? Yeah, I can resonate so well with you on this. I have multiple personal projects running at the moment as well. Yeah, guilty. Do you make 3D printed version of your works? I am currently working on one, yes. India mentioned we are cricket number 1. Okay. I don't play cricket, so I don't have much to say. I do know that you guys love it. New Zealand loves cricket as well. I'm also from Mumbai, India. Okay. How long did it take you to get your first job after making a portfolio, madam? No need to call me madam? Did I say madam? Just Layla is fine. So my journey was a bit weird, and also it was almost like 10 years ago, so the rules don't apply here. Okay. I got my job off an internship, and that's where I built my portfolio. And then after that, I decided to come to New Zealand from Moldova to live with my sister and get a higher education in my field, which now, looking back, I do not recommend unless it's a very qualified institution, aka I'd say Nauman School is very qualified, Think Tank Center, some CGMA courses, and a few more. But from my experience, just most often than not, 3D higher education does not give you value for your money. How should I put it? Yeah, I guess that's the way I would put it. Gives you a piece of paper, yes, to say that you completed something, and in some countries it is a good thing to have. But I would say studying for 3D is very overrated. You can study all of it off YouTube nowadays. There's so many resources. I sound like a broken record every stream, but I just cannot, say this enough. You can find everything you need on YouTube. I'm doing it right now. I'm giving you knowledge. And if you guys, by the way, have any questions about what I'm doing or the buttons I'm pressing, I am here for another 45 minutes to answer them. So, I did it again. I went on a tangent. I'm sorry. I use self-taught, so one question flows into the other. I did get a higher education than 3D, but I would say that I got 10% from that institution, my knowledge, and then 90% came from YouTube during my year there. So do what you will with that information. Obviously, internship, it was also a huge boost, and then my subsequent work experience was also a huge boost. But I also made sure to spend a lot of time on my own outside of work hours to get better at stuff like character art. So in a way, self-taught. and in a way, not self-taught. I want to get rid of those. Okay, awesome. It's kind of the shape that I wanted. Now all he's missing is that horn in the middle, and that'll be very easy to make. After I answer your questions, it's a very well documented fact that Tarantino has a thing for feet. All his movies have some scenes with feet that could be interpreted as sexual. Okay, I didn't know that. Just joined, but what was the tool that you used to make that bit? Was it a spline that you swept profile shape along? Basically, yes. It's a very good way to put into words of what curve brushes do. So it's the brush that ships with ZBrush. You don't need to download it, it's not custom. I just used extrude profile, and I chose like a diamond shaped one. And then, yes, it creates like a curve. And depending on your brush size, you'll get different thicknesses. So that's what I did for this one. And the benefit of doing it this way is I get very nice typology straight away, which is an added bonus, I would say. I see I have Echo Curve turned on. I'm going to turn it off. Okay, the horn thing. By the way, we beat New Zealand in Champion Trophy final, you know, Layla? What, in cricket? Good on you guys. I really care very little for cricket, but I'm happy you're happy. Tips on portfolio. Nomen? Did you mention Nomen? I did mention Nomen. What do you mean? Yeah, it's a good school from what I've heard from the interviews, from the portfolios of graduates from Nomen that I've seen. I actually studied at my university here, in my college, I should say. Here, I studied with a graduate from Nomen. He completed a short course there, I believe, maybe like a year course. Because Nomen is expensive, and his skill was very high. So that was a pretty good sign of what you can achieve if you like take a 3 years course at Nomen. Except you might be like, oh, Layla, that looks nothing like a horn. And I would say, just you wait. Let's Dynamesh this. And then voila. Looks more like a horn now, doesn't it? Now all we need to do is take a move brush, turn on AccuCurve, and whoop. And now there are like a million ways I could have done that. That's the first one that came to my mind. And that's the beauty of ZBrush. There's no really wrong way of doing stuff. As long as it gets you to the result that you need. Let's push it in. Add a bit more curvature. Maybe we need to rotate it slightly, you know, like this. Thank you for the response. I'm thinking of leaving school right now because I've been making progress on my own. I think the benefits of school is networking and some tips from professors, but like you said, YouTube helps. Yes. You really can get all of the curriculum from YouTube nowadays. Unless it's some sort of like really cool industry veteran that came into your school to give like a speech And even then, if they're that cool, chances are there already are podcasts and interviews and videos, streams with them on YouTube somewhere where you can get everything you need for free. I'd say it's like 70% of my content on YouTube when I don't brain rot is just streams or podcasts or interviews of artists and their workflows, their approaches to, work-life balance, or tools that they use, or where they draw inspiration from. Just YouTube. That's cool. Thank you. We here in Pakistan do not have any proper schools or unis teaching art pipelines and games industry work. I think we might have one or two which are just teaching tools. Yeah, there are online courses that don't really care for where you are in the world, as long as you have access to the computer, the webcam, or just a microphone. And then you can get personalized feedback regardless of your time zone. Some courses operate that way, which I think is pretty cool. So really, it all comes down to your resources, like time and money. So if you can afford, there are lots of great paid courses out there. So you don't necessarily need to attend the university, which is usually much pricier. Why can't I get it right? What's wrong with this shape? It's kind of like that. And the schools like Norman, Think Tank, and CGMA are like 300 times expensive for us due to our currency devaluation. Yeah, I know. I never said that they were cheap. I specifically named those ones because I know they're good, but also pricey, I never went to those schools. I'm sure I could have benefited greatly, but I learned a lot from just freelance, from my job, from YouTube, from, just Discord communities, joining them, asking for feedback. Sometimes you can get feedback for free, sometimes you have to pay for it. Right now, I have my own Discord community, and people can submit their own works there. And I just get back to them within a week and help them out as much as I can with what I can. So, that's a thing. Don't be afraid to reach out if you're struggling with something. Okay, leave it as that. Very cool, just learning ZBrush and didn't know of that too. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, ZBrush got lots of them that are super powerful. They can help speed up your workflow so much. I love how I just let's leave it, and then continues to work on it anyway. Where is the logic in that? Yeah, we have another half an hour left. All I made was the crown. Concerning. And it's not even complete yet. But oh well. Let's add that little bit in the middle. Then we can add the chin bit as well. To be fair, I talk a lot in my streams. Like, a lot. So I rarely get much done. I'm okay with that. I can be productive off stream and make some progress. And then on stream, I just want to chat to you guys, answer your questions, discuss, interesting topics. I think that's what this time is for. Hey Layla, this project is looking great since the last stream. Roughly how long would you say a project like this typically takes in work hours? I'd say I could complete the whole thing in 8 hours of uninterrupted work if I just put on my headphones, put on some lo-fi beats, and then didn't speak to anyone for 8 hours. I would do it in like a work day. But because I did this, I just put down my stylus and then I just like read the chat and talk to you guys. It takes more than that. So far, I believe it's been like, I don't know, 6? But like 6 hours of me talking and sculpting. So I'm pretty sure I'm twice as fast when I don't blab. But then it's boring, I studied Gnomon under Maddie, but whenever I find time, I absorb the internet to get more. Ooh. That's why I asked Gnomon. So you actually completed the course there. That's nice. Definitely, that's what I've been doing as well. Tons of 3D art Discord communities and all. It's extremely valuable feedback I have gotten there, like Jared Chavez, Jay Hill, Stylistic, and all. Amazing. Awesome. I recognize all of those names. Amazing people, amazing resources. Great. I follow some of them as well. Mine usually align more with like stylization / semi-realism, but really depends on what you want to do in 3D, right? Yeah, let's set that diamond shape real quick, and I'm guessing the fastest way would be to do this. Yeah. Split hidden. So we did it the same way again. Now we can just turn on symmetry. Drop it down. Just adding more support loops like before. And now I like to delete the caps. So I can delete the backside. Like this is the divisions on the backside. And there you go. We need some more support on those areas. So let's scale it down. And insert some support loops. If you're unfamiliar with the term support loops, they're the loops that help support the silhouette or the plane change that you wanted to support. Because once you do, it changes the shape quite a bit. All I managed to do while listening to the stream are my character's fingernails and place them into the fingers. I need a faster method. Oh, unfortunately fingernails are like that. I mean, you can just copy and paste them, right? You don't need to create a custom fingernail every time. If you're doing it in ZBrush, you can just hold down Control and drag, and you create a copy. A fun fact, probably wouldn't work for your fingernails, but let's say you have a repetitive pattern on your piece. Just hold Control and start, duplicating it, but on the same subtool. And now let go of Control and keep on dragging. And what it will do, it will create a duplicate, but it will keep on creating duplicates with the same distance between them as you did the first time you let go of Control. So that could be very helpful for like detailing a piece of clothing, or maybe some sort of like, I don't know, you're making a pouch, leather pouch, and then there are stitches there and you want to make them like that for some reason. You can, why not? Join your Discord community from last stream. Awesome. Jared is one monster. No, don't call him a monster. He's a great guy. Oh, hello. Hello, Violet. Welcome. Oh, he is absolute beast. His creatures are so good, kind of the ones I would construct myself. Yeah, Jared is great. And he has a great understanding of both like stylization and realism, which is kind of where I want to kind of the category I want to fall into as well in the future. I want to do both, and yet I don't want it to feel weird, because right now majority of my portfolio that you see on ArtStation is very stylized, but a lot of people don't know that I do realism as well at work. Ah, you mean Jared Krichevsky. Okay, I thought Jared Chavis, but I guess different Jared. His master. Stylist League is also great. Apart from Layla, I also follow them and Olsen. Ah, that's very, very flattering to be put alongside such talented artists as Shane and Stylist League guys, and yeah, wow. Milestone achieved. Layla, why do you use support loops instead of creasing the edges in ZModeler? Is it due to the slight roundness of the support loops provided that the support loops provide when the crease makes it too sharp? Yes, that specifically. Also, I come from the animation background, so support loops just click in my head. Whereas creasing, I use it from time to time, but for me, it's a bit easier to understand support loops than creases. It's just a preference thing. Both get the job done, and you can set different like creasing parameters, right? So, potato, potato. I'm used to support loops. That's it. Thanks for answering. I could imagine the amount of talking you do on the streams. Well, 8 full hours sounds like a good sculpting session. Yeah, that's what I usually do if I take on a concept like this. It's a bit complex because of the hair. I would dedicate like extra 4 hours to the hair on top of those 8 hours. So maybe like around 12, because I would really want to polish everything here. But really can be in a really good place in 8 hours. It's just me being like a bit of an OCD queen. I don't know if I'm supposed to say it like that, maybe not, but I do definitely have some OCD traits, and I think that's why I enjoy stylization so much. It's because everything in the space it's supposed to be, and I like the order. And sometimes I look at realism pieces and the disorder that is present there, although beautiful and definitely has a reason to be there, sometimes can make me feel weird. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But it's a cool, observation you can make of yourself. If you guys enjoy stylization as well, could have something to do with your like personality type or your psyche as well. Who knows? What beginner advice would you give someone looking to stream live that has a great foundation or everything else? Which advice I would give a person who wants to stream? Or you want to watch a stream live that has a good foundation? Can you elaborate on that? Makes a lot of sense. Thank you for answering. All good. Hi, what do you use the switch between pose view and front? I remember using it one day, but I forgot, unfortunately. So if you mean ZBrush properties, they can be found in document, and then you can like dock it to the side, and then at the very bottom there's ZBrush properties. And let's say I liked this view for some reason, I can just save it, and now I just like keep on working on it, and I want to snap back to it. I just click on it, and it sends me back. And that's what I did for this angle. And as a good reminder, okay. Spotlight save. Vampires, ZBrush, camera. Yeah, should save this as well. Thanks, you're welcome. Stylized is such a broad term. Dishonored and Overwatch are both considered stylized, but they're so different. Touche. Yes, touche. I agree fully. Dishonored is a style. So is like Baldur's Gate. It's not full realism. No. All of those characters, which this character kind of falls into Baldur's Gate. Maybe just a bit more stylized, more clean. But if we were to add textures, like realistic textures to his skin, to his armor, he could very much like exist in Baldur's Gate. Still stylized though. We're thinking like realism games. Let's say that something from Naughty Dog, like Last of Us. I want to make his ears a bit pointier. That's better. Oh yeah, you guys never answered. Can you hear the music on the background, or is it too quiet for you guys to hear? So it's definitely on. I'm just not listening to it because I like to hear my voice when I speak, otherwise I just start to mumble and pronounce words wrong. English isn't my first language after all, so it does help to hear my voice. Haha, your no tune sounds so cute. Now I'm curious. Okay, sounds like a nice song. I recently was a part of the Stylist League workshop. Bradley and Mike were amazing throughout the 6 weeks. I've been part of Stylist League for about 2 years now. Awesome. Amazing. We can hear it. Yes, we can hear it. Cool. Yeah, congrats on being part of the Stylist League. Man, I've been like daydreaming recently of like doing something similar, maybe like a one-off or a series with one of our amazing like female streamers, maybe Anna or Chloe or Ashley. It would be really cool to do a stream maybe of like 2 different styles. Like Ashley works, for instance, in very like creature heavy, creepy anatomy kind of thing. So what we could do is we could like swap artworks or something. So I could take one of her old artworks and make it stylized, make it cutesy, or I don't know. And she could take one of my cutesy artworks and make them gory. It's just an idea I had. Would you guys be interested in watching a stream like that? And then we would stream at the same time of like making each other artworks. Different style. Just as an idea. By the way, Ashley has not signed up for this, nor have I ever talked to her about it. It's just an idea I had the other day. And it can be done with any artist. It can be with Anna or Chloe. Or any of our male streamers. It doesn't have to be a female. It just would be a cool thing to see a collab with female ZBrush live streamers, I reckon. Oh, that's an interesting concept. Would love to watch that stream 100%. Well, that's good. That's a good response. Okay, we saved recently. What we're missing now is the golden bit. But now I can see it goes all the way around, kind of like a headband here, and maybe ends somewhere around the ear, because I can't see it here anymore. So I'd say it's like an interesting headband? Or headband? Don't know. And then I'm missing the weird floaty chin protector. Don't know how it's attached to his chin and it doesn't fall off. Must be some sort of vampire magic. Gotta ask Ian about it after the stream, you know? He might know. Yes, do it, Ashley, and you I will watch for sure. I'll ask her about it. Hello, would like to see that too. Okay, good response, good response. I'll talk to her. You can also choose a concept art and make it into different art styles. That would be an awesome way to do it as well. Yeah, I think that could work as well. We'll have to both message an artist and be like, hey, can we use it? But then we'll make something weird out of it. The reason why I thought of like doing it from an old artwork is because then by the end we would have 4 artworks in total. So an old one from me, and then a remake from her, and then an old one from her, and a remake from me, you know? People love seeing like before and afters, or like artwork being done in different styles, or like style swaps are a thing as well. Great callback to Ian's vampire. I know. I'm funny like that. Okay, we have another 10 to 20 minutes left. So you guys, if you have any questions, now is the time to ask me. I'll do my best to answer if I can. Man, lighting is like blown out. This better? Maybe 50% is better. Yeah, Ian's gotta know what's going on with that forehead thing, you know? Oh, sorry, chin thing. But forehead as well, you know, that band doesn't attach anywhere, yet it still sits snug on his face. His? Theirs? I don't know. Don't want to assume. Okay, let's quickly do the band. I'll start out here. Let's make it more transparent. Okay, so I sketched something. Obviously, it got distorted, of the perspective. So we can fix it. I feel like it's something attached on his beard hairs, maybe. Oh, you think it's like a hair clip for his beard? Oh, doesn't it hurt? I don't know, I never had a beard. Although, when it gets cold, I use my hair like this. And I could very well cosplay as a dwarf or something. If I were to attach it here with like a hair tie, you know? Hair galore. People who have beards in the chat, do you feel warm in winter? But like, not just stubble, but actual like beards, you know? Does it keep you warm? I always wondered. No. The chin thing is nothing compared to the dresses that actresses wear at movie premieres. I think they literally just glue that stuff on their bodies. Yeah. No, I feel ya. Zendaya, especially. She's known for having some crazy dresses. Or Lady Gaga. Any like red carpet actresses, really. Actors, not so much. Why is that? Why have I never seen an actor with a weird chin protector thing glued to his face? This guy is kind of sexy, right? He looks cool. Hollywood stars are missing out. That's same. Well, lucky you. Me with my hair and it turning into a beard, or why am I lucky? I feel like the concept might have started with a beard on his chin, then evolved into his chin armor thingy. You can actually see that, because copy this. So his name is Vincent, by the way. So there was actually some character progression. And he's got 3 different color schemes, which I really like all of them. I do think this one is the coolest, but these ones are equally as cool. And let's see, I don't think he's ever had... Oh, this variation actually has a beard. You're right. These 2 don't, and these ones also don't. They're very, like, clean shaven. Yes, when I shave my beard, I feel this weird breeze in my face. Awesome. Not a lot of bearded people in the chat. So my curiosity is now satisfied. Thank you. I think we just go with this and then we can always adjust it later. Again, because it's really thin, I reckon we could Control-Shift-D, Control-W, delete lower, isolate it and delete hidden. And the reason why is because I want to ZBrush it first so we get a nice result. So later it's a bit easier to manipulate it. Now let's ZBrush it. I have a beard and yes, it definitely feels less cold around my beard. I very much appreciate your guys' input into my education on bearded people. You see, I teach you stuff, you teach me stuff. Pretty wholesome. Yeah, so that's kind of the thing I'm looking for. I wonder if this is enough geo. If it's not, we can always add more with my favorite Z modeler. Now let's go here and add one extra loop with 0 polish. What it will do, it'll create like this loop going all the way around the mesh, which I like, except I don't like this. Okay. Why is that? Not a fan of this polygon. Huh. Through edge loop. Want it to snap, really? Maybe this way it will be better. Ooh. Let's go to modify topology and I want to snap these two together. Weld points, that's better. Now we go to edge loop. Yes, that's what I wanted to see. No deformation, awesome. Looking awesome, thank you, Jason. What happened there? My voice cracked. It's been a long day. Got too excited to say thank you. Okay. That's low poly enough. We could try and like set it even lower and keep groups and smoothing to the minimum, but I doubt that it'll give us good results. It's not too bad, actually. I've seen worse results to come out of ZBrush. Just the lower the poly count, the easier it will be for me to manipulate it. At the same time, I do want extra geometry here so I can, you know, manipulate it. So it's a catch-22. man, so weird. I'm just like looking closely into the concept. Now I have a feeling I imagine that there's a band going around the ear. I don't know. If you guys want to analyze it, the concept link is down below. Layla, have you tried Easy Remesh plugin for ZBrush? I know of it. I like my vanilla ZRemesher. I just know how to talk to it, you know. And most often than not, we find common language. I've seen what it's capable of though. It's great, but it's kind of like just a version of ZRemesher that I already use. It's just it does multiple functions at the same time for you, which is cool, I guess. But I like to take each step at a time, you know, to like set the polygroups first, then like try with keep groups on and blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna bore you with my methods, but basically I just like to be in control of my Z-remeshing. I don't know what it tells you about what kind of person I am. But yeah. And it would be awesome to cosplay this guy, even though I'm a woman. And it clearly requires a male appearance, which I lack. I have a very baby face with feminine features. But if I were a guy, I would totally cosplay that. I really like the whole thing around the face and the chin bit as well. Keep on coming back to it because I like it so much. I would like glue it on safely, obviously. Don't use normal glue on your face. But I believe there is like safe glue for makeup artists and cosplay artists. And they get like crazy creative with it. And these kind of pieces would probably have been made from like very lightweight materials, like foam and such and such. It's not really cool how we can't see the other side of the face, so you know, everything's matching here, but then we can't see anything else. That's the false 2D perspective I talked about. We can try and make it like flatter, like set it to something crazy like 120. Yeah, that could work. Maybe for the render, that's what I'll do. Now, keep it to 60. Now we can go to masking, mask border, invert it. And I just want to run polish by groups on it. Maybe once. And I don't want it to touch, don't want it to touch this side. I want to keep it as is. Yeah, just polish by groups a little bit. Now we can just go in, extrude all polygons, add thickness. Again, there are more than 2 or 3 ways of doing extrusion in ZBrush. That's my preferred method. Yeah, there's no band around the ear. The gold part is attached to the head bits only. It looked like there was like something golden though. Am I tripping? Oh well. We'll figure it out. In some way it should attach though, right? So just make it work, you know? Just don't look too closely. Just trust me, you know? I'll make it work. Come on. Again, we can benefit from that like low subdivision level. The reason, well, not the reason, the fact that we zero meshed it helps us right now in adjusting like shape more precisely, I guess. And yeah, we don't get a lot of wobble, which is like something you should probably avoid in stylization unless it's like wobbly on the concept or in your idea. Most often than not, stylization is very precise and not wobbly. Hello Layla, do you use Cintiq or tablet? By Cintiq, I guess you mean like a screen tablet? Yes, I use a screen tablet, but it's not from Wacom, it's from Huion. I'm trying the masking fill, not sure why it's not working. Am I doing something wrong? So, let's do a heart. Let's say that's your mask. Now go to masking. You have to click analyze region. ZBrush will like analyze it. Now you have to draw like a line inside the shape or like just a dot. And now fill region. So ZBrush needs those steps to work. So again, analyze it. Draw like a dot. Oh. Dot. Now fill region. That should work. I usually keep perspective value at 85. Learned that from SpeedChar on YouTube, but definitely a reference thing. Yeah, I mean, it depends on the concept I'm working on. I would say 85 is pretty good. Yeah. Even for this concept, 85 is pretty good. Never mind, sorry, it worked when I pressed auto region. Yes. If it was a band, it would have to go above the hair unless he's wearing a wig. Is he? We shouldn't pry, you know? That's vampire business. You know? They live for centuries, so maybe, you know, hair doesn't last that long. Again, gotta ask Ian. He just had to leave, you know, before we could ask him, I guess. Those are just vampire secrets he didn't want us to get a hold of. I can respect that. Let me save quickly. Oh, I think I was missing the last step. Much appreciated, Layla. You're welcome. Okay, so it's been 2 hours and 12 minutes since we started streaming. I think I'll be ending the stream here, maybe like another 5 minutes. If you guys have any questions, I'll answer them. If not, I'll be seeing you in 2 weeks. or in 1 week on our Discord community. In our Discord community? Yes, in is a better preposition. His lips really need some work. Didn't touch them much since last time. Also, we need to open his mouth slightly. I adhere to vampire rules from Interview with Vampire. Their bodies aren't changing when they chop their hair, it's just regrows. I see. Okay. So, perhaps it's not a wig after all. But I guess I'm wrong about the band. I should change it. I'll do it later. Is Interview with a Vampire some sort of movie? Thank you so much, it was cool. You're welcome, Kelvin. Awesome stream, Layla. Thank you for awesome tips and answers. Thank you for being here. As always, I mean it. What a chill stream. Thank you, Layla. Thank you, Anjo. I don't think you spoke up, but thank you for speaking up. Now, my mouth and my thoughts, they have different speeds today, you know? Yeah, I believe I'll end it here. I mean, again, talked a lot, didn't make a lot, but I'm happy with the progress. We made the weird headpiece thing. Really, I'm looking forward to making the chin bit. I might do it off stream, so don't blame me. It will be the same thing as we did with the headband. Masking the chin area, extracting it, trim dynamic the hell out of it until it looks like on the console. So let me just put it to the side. Put this to the side. Here's our guy. Still needs some work, especially on anatomy. But I'm hoping to hide some mistakes with clothing, which we all do, let's admit. I'm not the only one like that. But yeah. Just needs some more work, but overall, pretty happy. Interview with the Vampire is a vampire movie with young Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise as sexy vampires. Well, you sold it to me. Might check it out. The only vampire movie I've seen was, well, Twilight, obviously. But also there's a funny one called What We Do in the Shadows. It's a New Zealand film by, I believe, Taika Waititi. If you haven't seen it, it's hilarious. It's a unique type of humor, but if you're into it, you'll really enjoy the movie. It's about, like, I don't know if you have this word wherever in your dialect of English, but it's about a bunch of vampires living as flatmates, like people who share the house and share rent. Movie came out a while ago, but still like peak comedy. Okay, I'm looking forward to watching the next stream, Layla. Enjoy your weekend. Bye from now from Sydney, Australia. Bye, Kelvin. Thank you for stopping by, and yeah, see you next time. again, thank you guys so much for watching. I see some people recognize what we do in the shadows. I haven't seen the TV series yet. I've heard good things about it. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time and have an amazing rest of your day or evening or night. Some people are watching at 1 AM, which is crazy. You can find all of my links down below. ArtStation, Instagram, Telegram, Discord. Don't follow me anywhere else because I won't respond. All of my professional links are there. And I'll see you next time. Bye!